follow tech like I do, everybody's always talking about wearables. There's so many different types of wearables on the market, but there's only one wearable I'm wearing on my wrist right now, and that's from a company called Mio, which just happens to be from my hometown, Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia, and I got the CEO here, Liz from Mio. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, my pleasure.
You do know I'm a super fan, right?
I do know, I'm so happy about that too.
Well, you know what?
Great to see you.
You know what I'm happy about is that you got a new product. I read your guys' press releases, and I want to learn about this because it's really, really cool. Tell us about it. What is it?
So we're launching the Slice, which is the first band that actually makes sense of every heartbeat that you have. What's really great about the Slice is if you wear it, it'll stream your heart rate to our app. You get a Pi score of 100. Pi stands for Personal Activity Intelligence. And if you keep your score at 100, you know you're going to be maximally protected against cardiovascular disease. It's such a simple way to know how to understand your heart rate.
Now, Liz, one thing I really, really like about this is that you're basically taking all this data and making one simple score that people can look at every single day to see how they're doing.
Exactly, and it's more than just how you're doing. It's actually like an insurance policy. If you keep your Pi score at 100, you know that there's really no more activity that you need to do to be, optimally extending your lifespan. So we've clinically validated through some research that was done at the Norwegian Science and Technology University that you can extend your life on average by about 10 years by using Pi. It's really incredible. It was based on a study of 120,000 people over 20 years.
You know, that's what I really like about your product, is that you give all this data, and I'm a data guy, and the more data I get, I don't want to ruin my scores. And so it's funny just how it could change your daily habits. Suddenly, you're taking stairs instead of the elevator because you want good data.
Yeah, and the thing is that people have been tracking steps, which is great because they've actually been moving, but the thing is that a step is not equivalent. One person's step is not the same as someone else's. Without intensity, you're actually not really getting any meaningful data. What's important is knowing that you're getting your heart rate up to a certain level to make a difference, to actually impact your cardiovascular health. That's why Pi is great, because it actually takes intensity of your activity into consideration. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be walking the dog, or you can be gardening, playing with your grandkids, whatever activity you choose. As long as you get your heart rate up to a certain level, that's the key. So if you want to maximally extend your life, then just keep your Pi score at 100. It's simple.
You know, one thing I have to say, and I'm wearing the Mio Alpha right here, right now. It comes default. They always say you got to take 10,000 steps a day.
Right.
I always take 10,000 steps a day. So the fact that you can have this Pi score is kind of like better data for someone like myself who's really active already.
Yes.
I don't need to just take 10,000 steps, but something like that is going to motivate me to improve.
It does. It's really motivational. In fact, you can actually bank your Pi score. So you can take your Pi up to, let's say, 120 if you know for a couple of days you're not going to be able to exercise. So every day you lose a little Pi, every day you earn Pi. The thing is, keep it at that balance of 100. So, a lot of people walk 10,000 steps and they fill in those 10,000 by walking back and forth, to the water cooler. Well, those steps are really meaningless. So you could take 3,000 steps, but if they're, intense steps, you're doing more good for your heart than just walking back and forth to the water cooler.
You hit it right on the nail there. It's not just about data, it's good data that you want. You don't just want, like you said, walk into the water cooler, oh, I'm healthier now, but you want really good data that can help you basically improve your cardiovascular health.
Yes.
And extend your life, like you said, up to 10 years.
Yeah, well, on average, about 10 years. So the results from the Hunt study actually are incredibly significant. So what they actually showed was that not only that by following the Pi score, that you could extend your life on average by about 10 years, we found that it was actually more effective to use Pi as your metric than following the Heart Association guidelines for activity, that you actually lived longer by following Pi. Even if you followed the activity guidelines but didn't achieve Pi, you still didn't live as long as if you achieved Pi.
Okay, Liz, I'm sold. I know people, you know I'm gonna get the Slice. How much, what kind of price point are we talking about?
The Slice is just, it's such a beautiful product. It's $99 price point. It's just a killer. It's really great.
And if people want to get more information about Mio, where do they go?
MioGlobal.com, and if you want more information on Pi, MioGlobal.com/PAI, Pi.
So if you really want to extend your health, extend your life, just become a better person overall, it's all about the data, and it's all coming from your wrist. You got to check it out, Mio, one of the best Vancouver wearable companies on the planet, the best wearable company in Vancouver. Liz, thanks so much.
Thank you very much. It's great to see you again.